Hey you, how are all of my beautiful, lovely planty people doing today? I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Today we're going to do something that I haven't done in a while, and that's just sit down and film like a video. I mean, I film videos, but not like a sit down and, you know, face to face sort of situation. So I thought I was overdue, and there's some plants that I want to talk about. So that's what we're going to do today. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nicki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my GFPs, my lovely, amazing, wonderful gluttons for punishment who keep coming back for more, for whatever reason. I appreciate you guys so much. It's amazing to see you as always. Okay, so today we're going to talk about some plants that should be easy and are marketed as such that just really aren't. And I don't know if they just aren't for me, but I've also seen some other people talk about how these plants aren't, so it can't just be me, right? You guys are going to have to tell me. Is it you too? Because these plants are just, I struggle with. And just when I think I have them figured out, they prove me wrong. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If that sounds like something that you're interested in hanging around and talking about, then please stay tuned, come back, and we'll just talk about some crap plants. You know, do a little crap talking. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. Okay, so I have my little list here. Now, I am sure that there's a bunch of plants that I could add to this list, but I couldn't come up, like, I've literally been trying to compile this list for a couple weeks. Really what this video was kind of like kicked off by is, okay, so I don't go on Facebook very often. I am a part of a few different plant groups locally, and very, very frequently, I see people posting pictures of plants that really, like, you know, should be easy. They're marketed as easy care plants. And then there's people posting pictures like, what is going on? I can't keep this alive. Somebody tell me what's wrong with this plant. And the more I got thinking about it, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of plants that I've had myself that really shouldn't be as difficult as they are, and people tell you like, oh yeah, first time plant parent, get this plant because they're super easy, you don't have to, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a video about it because I see this all the time and I experience this all the time. So what I want you guys to do is, as you're watching the video, let me know how you feel about these individual plants, if you find them really easy, if you find them really difficult, and also if there are any of these plants or any plants that I have left off this list that really should be on this list. If I can get enough of them, maybe I'll do a second part to this video, because I'm sure there's more. Okay, so before I get started, I will say, if you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give me a like if you like this video, or a thumbs down if you so choose, but you know, it might make me cry, just a forewarning. I'm a little sensitive. Also, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. We have a fun time over there. I give you planty updates, things that are going on with my collection, and also things that just randomly pop into my head, and it's always interesting. So anyway, here's the Instagram account. Go follow me over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick off this list with the number one plant. And I think this is one that we all want to love so hard, but can't, because it's just such a pain in the ass. Okay, so the first plant on my list is the Monstera andansonii. Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right. You see these plants all the time in like greenhouses and stuff, and they're beautiful. I love andansonii, which I think is one of the reasons why this one in particular makes me so bitter, because I want to grow it. I want to grow it, and I'm going to keep trying. I lost my last one, and it was huge, and I'm bitter about it. But they yellow really easily. They can be in the same situation, like ongoing forever, and just randomly out of nowhere, nothing's changed. They're all of a sudden just like, I don't want to. And then, you know, anyway, and I don't understand. I don't understand it. They get yellow tips and leaves really easily. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what it is. Let me know if you've experienced this, because honestly, I've had 3 or 4 of them. And if you haven't noticed, I don't have any in my collection right now. The last one that I had wasn't doing too badly. It started to decline a little bit. I got it back somehow. I don't know what I did to get it back. And then it got like the worst thrips infestation of life. And then it tanked. So it's behind you there on my back deck. Do you guys have a spot like that outside? I do. I can't really walk on my upper deck right now because it's full of plants that I went. Anyways, so first plant, Monstera andansonii. I'm gonna keep giving that one a try and do my best. The next one, oh, actually I have the next one right here in front of me. Coincidentally, let me put this down somewhere. This plant, hold on. Okay. So this plant you can find absolutely everywhere, in pretty much every garden center, in every grocery store, convenience store. Like, everybody has these plants, and they are such a tempting plant when you see them like this. Okay, hold on. Wait, am I put it on this side? Oh, sorry, I put that. Okay, now, I know she looks real good right now. I have had this plant for 2.5 years, maybe longer. And this is the first time I have ever gotten this plant to bloom. But doesn't she look pretty though? Look. Oh, look at, she's got all these blooms. She's honestly absolutely gorgeous. So you know what? Like, I get the draw. But they're really tricky, at least for me, until you, I guess a lot of these things are until you figure them out. Some are easier to figure out than others. This one took me quite some time to figure out, but as you can see, I made it bloom. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean it's ever going to bloom again. I think the thing with me, and my friend Paula always says, you have so much patience. And I honestly don't really think it's patience. I think it's just sheer stubbornness. A lot of the time I just refuse to give up because, like, I know I can do it and I want to make it work. So I just obsess over it until I get it to do what I want it to. Sometimes the plant's worth doing that, and sometimes it's not. But this one, I really just wanted to get to bloom at least once. And if it frustrates me after that, I'm just going to throw it out or give it to somebody. I'll probably keep it though, because it really is so pretty. So this orchid, yeah, I think I've had it for almost 3 years. I struggled with. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos of like plants that aren't doing great. And I've gotten so many tips and tricks, and I've tried to follow every single one of them. And I honestly am not entirely sure what did the trick this time. My arm's getting tired of holding it on that side. I need to work out. Anyway, but I think what did the trick is giving it more of a day-night cycle. Not having grow lights on it for so long, keeping it a little bit cooler, so it kind of triggers like that seasonal change, I think. I mean, please don't. Somebody asked me when I posted a picture of this, like, are you going to share your orchid tips? And I was like, no. I mean, I'll tell you what the things that I've done, but gosh, I am by no means, like, this is literally the only orchid I have, and it took me, you know, forever to do this. So please don't ever follow any of the things that I say I did to this. I mean, if they're right, go check with somebody else that knows what they're talking about. Anyway, the moral of this story, and to make a long story long, I finally got this to grow. And I mean, they're just everywhere, and we want to love them, and we want them to bloom, and it's just not that easy. So just an FYI forewarning for you, if you're suckered in by these gorgeous, beautiful blooms, just keep in mind that it's a lot of work to get them there. Once they like, you know, die off from when you bring them home to, you know what I mean. Okay, let's just move along to the next plant, okay? I'm gonna put her back there before she like, you know, drops all the flowers on me. So back to my list. Oh, okay. The next plant on my list is one that, it's another one of those ones that really suck you in when you see them growing in greenhouses or, you know, online, and they're, again, another bloomer. They bloom, they look beautiful, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. I have to take it home. And once you get it home, after it loses all those initial blooms, and if you don't get it home and put it in the proper conditions, it will lose those blooms rather quickly. And that is the holiday cactus line of plants. So we have our Thanksgiving cactus, we have our Christmas cactus, and we have our Easter cactus. And I bought this one. It looks pretty, right? Okay. I think close to the same time as I bought the orchid, so like going on 3 years. And it was stunning when I first got it. It was like a full, you know, full head of blooms. I don't know. It was like a full pot of these gorgeous multiple blooms, and they are beautiful, like stunning. Now these plants, if you don't know, only usually bloom once a year. Usually, although I have heard people who are able to get them to like rebloom over and over again. I would like to speak with those people. If you're one of those people, hit me up. And so I struggled even getting this plant to rebloom at the time that it's supposed to rebloom for almost 3 years. And so it's another one of those plants that I consistently had in the plants that hate me videos and stuff like that. And I just could not get this thing to bloom. And I mean, a green plant is obviously great. I have, like, most of my plants are green and beautiful, but these plants really, the showstopper is, and the draw for these plants are their blooms. And if you can't get it to rebloom, kind of lackluster, you know? So I struggled with this one for a really, really long time. And then I think in one of my last videos that I was trash talking this plant in, some people had given me some tips similar to the orchid, and that was to give it more of a natural day-night cycle. So don't have a grow light on it where it's on like my regular grow lights, which are usually on about 12 to 14 hours a day. They need like that shift so that they know the seasons, and a little bit cooler temperatures. So, okay, I took it, I put it in my bedroom window. It's an east facing window that's also blocked by a house. And so that seemed to do the trick, and I finally got it to rebloom. So you want to know what I did? I was like, yeah, it's reblooming. I got to bring it out in here and show it off. So I did that. The blooms lasted about a week. They normally last substantially longer than that. When I first brought it home, the blooms had lasted me quite a while. And so I lost all the blooms in a very short amount of time. And I haven't been able to get it rebloom since. So another one of those plants that suck us in. They should be super easy. And they're not a hard plant to care for at all. They're super low maintenance, unless you want them to bloom again, which is, again, kind of the point. So anyway, the holiday cactus is the third on my list. Let's move on to number 4. And it's kind of a twofer. Yeah. Okay. The next plants on my list, and this is so ironic because the next plants are how I started my channel. If you've been with me since then, actually, you know what? I want to know, have you been with me since my succulent days back in the beginning? Go down in the comments and put your little hand up, or yeah, put a hand up. You know, the little, is there a raise a hand? or a piece. I don't know. I want to know who's been here that long. If you are one of the people who have been here that long, oh my goodness, have we been through it, right? Anyway, I just like to know. Anyway, okay, so succulents is the next one on my list. And these are ones that I seem to be okay with. I know I can care for them and stuff, but most people tend to struggle with these, and they are really marketed as like low to no maintenance. Anybody can own these, but there's some caveats that people don't tell you until it's too late and you have dead succulents. And succulents are probably one of the things that I see most often in these Facebook groups, or people, you know, posting these pictures of their succulents going like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? What's going on with this plant? And there's reasons behind this. And I think one of the reasons that I kind of got away from succulents is I simply don't have the light for them. You can put them under grow lights and they'll be okay. But unless you have like a really nice, bright, strong grow light and it's very, very close to the succulent, you're going to have problems. So lighting is definitely an issue with succulents. And on the other side of that is also watering. I think they can do okay short term if you just use a little squeezy bottle and give them a squirt every now and then. But they really do need to be like thoroughly soaked through, even like once a month, and they'll be completely fine. But it's definitely one of those plants that just are marketed as such an easy plant, low to no maintenance. You just leave them there and they'll thrive. That ain't it. It's not how it is. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. I think a lot of people will probably agree with that. I know a lot of people who really got into succulents because they are really just a cool, cute little plant, and you can buy a lot of them and cram a lot of them into a small space. But they're just not as easy as we're told they are. And on the same side as that is cacti. I personally don't really struggle too much with cacti, but I know a lot of people do. And usually it's a situation, again, where it's not enough water, way too little water, and not enough light. Cacti actually will grow rather quickly if they're given the proper lighting and watering. Again, the same situation, like flush them through, they really need that water. Anywho, so that is number 4. And let's go ahead and move on to number 5. Okay, this one, I've gotten people like, because I've mentioned this one before, and people are like, what, Nicki? Are you serious? Like, what's your problem? And I'm like, I don't know. And that is Tradescantia. I have had, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many. I've had all the different kinds, the beautiful pink and white one and the tricolor one. And I have killed every single one of them. Every single one. I don't know what the deal is. And I see so many people growing these huge, beautiful baskets of flowing Tradescantia. And I'm just like, how are you doing this? Now, I think maybe if I do a little soul searching and dig deep, it might be because I tend to be like overconfident with them because I know that they are or should be an easy plant. And I tend to underwater them. I think that's my problem. Or I put them in a location where they don't get great light and then I'm like, why is it not doing okay? You're an idiot. Like that. So I don't know. I think that's my problem with Tradescantia. Do you guys have the same problem, or do you have these big, huge, beautiful Tradescantia? You probably have big, huge, beautiful Tradescantia. So anyway, so I think I definitely want to try them again. I would love to get the tricolor one again because it's so beautiful. I've had that same one 3 times, and all 3 times I've killed it. I also had the Zebrina. I think it's called the Zebrina, and I think most people would tend to agree that that's probably one of the easiest ones. Killed it. I killed that. Anyway, so yeah, I'd like to know your opinion on that because this one may be all on me. It probably is. Okay, let's move along to the next one. I think this is the last one on my list. I don't know how long this video is, but anyways, it's me, so what can you expect? So the last one on my list, and again, I know I could have made this list longer. Write all the ones that you think down in the comments. I want to know. I can definitely do another video and I'll probably go, oh yeah, there's that one. Oh yeah, there's that one. Anyway, the last one on my list is begonias. And I'm mostly talking about not like your terrarium begonias. I'm mostly talking about like the ones that are supposed to be easy. So things like the Rex begonias, cane begonias, which I find a little bit easier, but Rex begonias you can find everywhere. Again, they're one of those plants that are like in your grocery stores, in all your greenhouses, at the corner store, and they're beautiful. They come in some of the most stunning colors and their leaves are just like always beautiful. Well, unless they're not, and unless you're me, I cannot keep a Rex begonia alive to save my life. And I've had a few, especially back in the beginning. I had, oh my goodness, they just suckered me in because I like having like different colors and textures in my collection, as you guys know. And so Rex begonias were great for that. But it wouldn't last because I couldn't keep them alive. And I couldn't find that happy balance between too much water and not enough water. And they're one of those plants like, for example, a Photonia. They're a little dramatic. They need water. And when they don't have water, they droop. So do begonias. But the difference is when you re-water your Photonia, it's like, ah, and it's like all back to looking fabulous and beautiful. Oh, nay, nay. When you water a begonia after being like droopy, they just don't bounce back the same. It's awful. And so I haven't even retried those because I just got so disappointed from not being able to grow them that maybe one day I'll try them again. Because again, they're so beautiful. Like some of them are just stunning. I had this one called Red Kiss. Here's a photo. And it was so beautiful. And red is my favorite color. And red and black are my favorite color combo. And it was the perfect plant if it had have stayed alive, but it didn't. Anyway, and cane begonias, I know a lot of people struggle with them. I think mostly it's an issue with watering. They don't really like to dry out at all. And the other thing that I find with a lot of begonias is that because of the leaf patterns and the leaf colors, I find it harder or the leaf structure as well. I find it harder to see pests on them. I've experienced that with my Begonia bravurmosa, the pink one. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful plant. I love those beautiful pink leaves. I'm obsessed. So I don't want to lose this one. So this is one of the ones that I'm going to be stubborn with and keep, trying and getting it back. But I'm pretty sure that this guy took a hit from the thrips and that did this. So it's sad, but it's true. Okay. So that is it for today's video. Again, let me know what your tricky plants that should be easy are. Oh, you know what one that, this is one of those ones that sorry, I'm going to add another one. It's a bonus plant. This plant, I think it's another one of those ones that I just take for granted because it's so easy. But once I start to see one tank, I just can't, there's no coming back. And that is, you guys are going to make fun of me so hard. I don't even want to say it because I'm going to be like, really, Nicki? Pothos. I'm so sorry. I have tanked so many pothos, although I will say I think most of the ones that I've killed have been because of thrips, and some of them just when they start to decline for no apparent reason. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think the same way. Maybe it's just me. Probably is. Some pothos more than others. I find the golden pothos probably the most stable. And then maybe like the marble queen. And then you get into like your pearls and jade and your enjoy. The neon Mine is, oh, you can't see it. Thank God. It's awful. It's awful. Anyway, that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Make fun of me if you will. You know, we can all laugh at me together. I got broad shoulders. Okay. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and make sure that you click the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. If you were subscribed, please make sure that you're still subscribed because, like I always tell you, YouTube tends to unsubscribe people from other people's channels without their knowledge or consent all the time, and it's really annoying. So make sure you're still subscribed. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram for some additional behind the scenes fun and more day-to-day sort of stuff, plant updates, etc. So I would like to thank you all so very much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. Again, if you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help for my channel. I really do appreciate it. I would like y'all to have an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. I love y'all to bitty bits, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! And really what this, oh my God, what was that? My microphone? Awesome. That did you catch that one? Yeah, glad. Literally what the... Sorry about that.